You're back in the greatest city in the world. Thomas Wolfe said you can't go home again. His point, while the place may remain the same, it's you who is different. You left this place because love ended tragically. Never thought coming home would be an option.
I've grown with Joe, kind of like on my back, gnawing at my neck, you know. And in some ways I feel like I've learned a lot from him, you know, how not to be. And I don't mean the obvious things like killing and murdering and manipulating. I mean the more subtle things, like where desire intersects with love and makes us become possessive and act in ways that are not actually loving, but, you know, are in a way romanticized in the tropes of our culture. So, you know, yeah, just all these deep ways. It is bittersweet, much sweeter than it is bitter, but it is nonetheless.
Yeah, Penn Badgley is breaking up with Joe Goldberg after 5 seasons of his Netflix hit You.
I think it's a satisfying ending. I'm not easily satisfied. Like, I think it's a very satisfying ending.
It's the end of the line for Joe, and spoiler alert, we're gonna talk about what all went down.
Were you glad jail versus death?
Yeah, because death puts the onus on someone else.
So, in the end, my punishment is even worse than I imagined.
Countless murders later, Joe is finally brought to justice in the series finale, but not before one final shot hits below the belt.
They are all gonna see you, Joe, and you are going to have to see yourself.
Jail alone wouldn't quite be enough, so what did we do? Took his genitals.
Shot him in that region.
In the end, Joe Goldberg was made to see all of himself. The trial was messy, the evidence horrific, and the truth undeniable. Although I suspect the real reason the public turned on him is that I accidentally turned him into a walking dick joke.
On the other side of that trigger, Joe's final obsession, Madeline Brewer as Bronte, an aspiring writer.
She is a bookworm. She's mysterious and enigmatic. And she meets Joe Goldberg. And they have a good time together, and then a not so good time, and then a good time, and then the finale.
Did Bronte really love Joe?
Yeah.
Like, so it wasn't a part of her plan. Like, she really fell
It wasn't
in
a part of her plan, but she did. I think actually Bronte being truly in love with Joe speaks to the relationship of the viewer to Joe and the relationship of anybody to this kind of manipulation. So I think that's the part, you know, that's Bronte, you know, having these powerful feelings of affection, but not knowing if she can overcome them to do what she knows is right. And that is something that I think is a very relatable, you know, not everybody's doing it with a gun to the head of a verifiable murderer, but you know what I mean?
The finale taking us full circle. As it turns out, Bronte was out to avenge Season 1's Beck.
Now, Joe, I need you to answer the question that drew me to you, okay? I need the truth.
Some part of me knew you buying my lie about Beck was too good to be true. Guinevere Beck. The one I can't outrun.
I know you did it. I know you killed her.
She is constructing herself to be exactly what will transfix him and seduce him. So in a sense, what I think we're doing in the first half of the season is what we always do, which is like distract the viewer with, like, you know, we're telling a love story that you think you want to see, which you might think the culmination is the point of the end of the season, but no, it's actually going to happen at about episode 5, and then you completely turn the tables, you show her side of things.
And if you thought Joe was good at hiding secrets, wait till you see these. We're cracking the 3 Easter eggs you may have missed.
I gotta hand it to Maddie. Her plan is working. My reputation's on the rebound. Still a long road to getting Henry back, but it's a start.
It wouldn't be the end of an era without a nod to one of the You superfans, Cardi B.
She makes an appearance in the final episode after everything has happened. And she's commenting, essentially on Joe becoming a eunuch. So that is a very special mention.
Leave it to social media to be my downfall.
Joe Goldberg killed both my babies.
That psycho absolutely killed my best friend Peach. He was my professor at Darcy, and I definitely thought there was something suspicious about him.
Joe was my neighbor when I was a kid.
Beck was my little sis. The world's been such a dark place since she left us. If it really was this Joe guy who did it.
From famous fans to familiar faces, Joe getting a visit from his many victims, coming back to haunt him with a viral social media takedown.
Then there's also the culmination, too, of all the victims of Joe's past, taking him down in a social media way, too. I mean, it's
it's kind of like it sort of checks every box and does the impossible. I think it's pretty impressive. Hats off to the writers.
Thick as thieves, you know I'm not lying. Chocolate up my sweet and say it's time for flying. Because
Who are you?
And that's Penn's real-life wife, Domino Kirk, getting in on the action with a song featured in episode 8. Talk about a killer soundtrack.
I also love the nod, too, to your wife incorporating her
I know.
music in one of the
Yeah,
episodes.
I know, yeah, and it's a beautiful song. And it's funny, it's of course over this like climactic love scene, which is strange. But we're here for it.
It's special to intersect your worlds, too.
It is, yeah.
While Joe Goldberg may be done, Penn's just getting started. He and Domino are expecting twins any day now.
What are you looking forward to most about that?
It's a good question. I think I'm looking forward to the other boys becoming like older brothers. So the oldest is already an older brother, but this just makes it, ever more so. Our family's gonna grow, by 100%. And I think especially for the little one, who right now is the baby, and in some way he's, I'm sure there's gonna come a moment where he's like, wait a second. Are you telling me? So we'll see how that goes, but he's very excited about it. Yeah.
And now, not only am I not the baby anymore, there's two of them.
Yeah, two. Yeah.
There's two of them
It's
that
gonna
I
be
gotta.
crazy, I'm sure.
Congratulations on that.